Hi guys, so I'm back again, hey, lizards, actually. See, you didn't think it would sound good, but it does, and it works, didn't it? No? Okay. Well, today I want to start the first part of my little I Hate People series, which I know sounds really terrible for saying that I hate people, but I don't hate a lot of people. I actually don't really hate these people, but they just kind of get on my nerves. But that's not as simple as a title, so I'll leave it there for now, and if anybody wants to give me a better title, let me know, but for now it's going to stay there. So today I want to talk about a girl who has been driving me absolutely crazy, and I'm not going to use her real name, because I don't want, like, if she ever stumbles upon this, which I highly doubt will happen, I just don't want there to be an issue there. I'm going to call her Tabitha. We'll call her Tabitha. That's not the easiest name I could have chosen, but we're going to call her Tabitha. Okay, so I met Tabitha probably 2 or 3 years ago. 3 years ago, probably. She was in some of my classes, and so we were probably more of like the top students, I guess. So, you know, we kind of became, not really like friends, but, you know, we talked every once in a while. When we didn't have other partners, we would be each other's partner kind of thing. Now, she is the kind of person that, straight A student, teacher's pet, you know, only child, which, you know, I'm not saying that if you have any of these traits that you're a brat, but I think when you combine all three, there's a pretty good chance. Because with teachers, you know, you're going to think that you're better than everybody else. And with, you know, being an only child, you're probably going to be a little bit more spoiled. I have sisters, so I don't have an issue of being spoiled. Yeah, she's kind of one of those people, like, she will study night and day to have the best project, the best homework, the best test grade, whatever it is. I've always been one of those people that those things just kind of came naturally to me. I never really had, in previous years, I never had to really study for tests as long as I paid attention in class. It just kind of came together for me when it came to test time. You know, I'd fill out the review and stuff like that, and it would just, you know, I would just remember it from that. And I don't know if she was, like, jealous of the fact that I could do that. I hate thinking that anyone is jealous of me, because it's just absolutely ridiculous. But I don't really know what else her problem would be besides that I could just, you know, kind of coast through school, and it was just, you know, something that came naturally to me, and she had to work more at it or something. I don't really know. But beyond that, so the first kind of little encounter first kind of little where I noticed that we were having like an issue, was when I joined the choir, my 8th grade year in junior high. My last year in junior high, theater wasn't working out for me, so I switched to choir. It was my first year there, and I got into the higher level class, because all my friends were in that class, and, you know, I talked to the director and everything, and, you know, she said I could be in that class because I had done musicals, and she knew that I had a little bit of a singing background. And she was in that class too. And so the thing is, they have this kind of like, so basically it's like the regular class, and then they have varsity, which is what I was in and all my friends were in, and then they have this even higher one that's ovation. And basically, if you don't have ovation, it's basically Glee. Like, it's basically Glee. It's where they have, you know, the best from the boys and the best from the girls, and they're in this little mini group together. We didn't end up, like, doing anything because everybody that made our group was just, like, ridiculous, and they couldn't agree upon, like, anything. Story for another time. So I wasn't planning on auditioning for Ovation because it was my first year in choir. You know, just like, I'm just gonna settle in here. I'm just gonna go with what everyone else is doing. It's not a big deal to me to stand out in choir. But a lot of, like, almost all the girls were trying out because all the 8th grade girls, because there was something that they had been waiting to do for, you know, the 3 years that they had been in choir, because, you know, their upper level classmen friends were in Ovation, and Ovation was like a fun thing. And so they were all really, really psyched to do it. Now, I wasn't planning to, again, because I was just kind of, you know, going with it. I was like, this is my first year, I probably can't audition anyway, I'm probably not qualified. But I was planning to audition for our school's musical, which, if you never auditioned for anything like that where you have to sing, it's really, really terrifying. It's really terrifying. It's, for me, it had gotten better over the years because, you know, the judges stay the same, it's still the same directors. But I was like, okay, I want to give myself a leg up. I want to, you know, be a little bit more comfortable when I go to sing, because I was always fine with acting. I want to be a little bit more comfortable when I sing. So I decided, like the night before Ovation tryouts, to try out, and just for audition experience. I had no intention of being in the group or anything like that. But I did end up making the group, which I think made a lot of girls mad. I think that made a lot of girls mad because they had been waiting for that. And I felt really bad. I felt terrible, especially for my friends who didn't make it, because, you know, they were upset about it, and they were like, oh no, it's okay. I'm like, no, I feel so terrible because I had no intention of making that group. I didn't even want to be on that group, to be honest, which is good because we didn't end up doing anything. But anyway, so Tabitha, gotta get back to Tabitha. She auditioned, and she did not make it. She was not a very good singer, and I'm not saying that I'm one to judge, but I can carry a tune. You know, I can carry a tune. I can handle myself, like the basics. I can handle the basics. She just, singing was not her thing, and I guess she said something to one of the other girls, where she said, oh, the director only picked them because they're the favorites. And I guess the one girl that she said that to was just like, you saying I'm just a favorite? You saying that's all I can do? Tabitha kind of had a little meltdown, because I had her she was in my next class. And so we went from choir to the next class, and I met her up in that class, and she told me all of this, and she was like, I'm just afraid that she's going to tell on me, and all of this, and I was just like, I was just sitting there, I was just like, and she was like, are you mad at me too? And I was like, well, you basically said that I couldn't sing. You just said that none of us could sing. You just said that we only made it because we were teachers' pets. I'm like, that's your job. That is your job. That is not my job. I don't want to be known as that. Like, I don't think it's good to be, like, the slacker, and I don't think that it's necessarily always good to be the teacher's pet. I think, you know, I'm happy where I am, right in the middle. Right in the middle is where I want to be. And that's where I am. So I was just sitting there. I was just like, well, you saying I can't sing? And she started crying. She was crying. And honestly, that is the only time that I didn't feel bad. I did not feel bad. I'm one of those people, I don't cry unless other people are crying. Then I'm just like, oh my god, people are crying, I should be crying too. But I did not. Not during this. Because I was like, that was kind of bitchy, if you ask me. That was kind of a bitchy thing to say. And especially since she said it to me right afterwards when I had made Ovation. I was like, this is my first year. You've had this teacher for 3 years. If you were good, she would put you in over me. But she didn't, because I just happened to be better. And I'm not good at a lot of things, guys. Trust me, I'm not good at a lot of things. But this was something that it just happened to work for me. So that was my first kind of sprawl with her starting to annoy me. It gets a little worse from there. It kind of went, that was kind of the starting point, and now it's just kind of going downhill. And it's not stopping. And I don't think it plans to stop. I hope it stops. Because I don't know how anyone's going to really find this relatable, except maybe, you know, that annoying teacher's pet, and it's just kind of in your face all the time. But, you know, we lizards, we gotta stick together. Just you and me. Just you and me all the way. Because we can't we can't deal with all these people. These people are just out there to make our lives more difficult and to make it even harder for us to be happy with what we have. But you know what? We'll work on it together. We'll work on it together. Like, subscribe, comment if you enjoyed. And I will see you guys next time. I'm not gonna say when because I don't like to make promises like that.